No Man Left Behind is a group of men that are seeking out Christ, but also seeking to help the community. So some of the things that we do on a regular basis through the generosity of Pastor Johnson and the generosity of St. George Church, nobody takes any money for anything that we do in our meetings on Tuesdays after our Bible study. We usually take a collection and we put that to good use. I think our vision as a group is just to continue what we're doing right now, continuing helping people in need and draw some more people, because we really feel that the stronger we get as a group, the more we can help the community.
There was one individual who I've known for at least 22 years, and he's been incarcerated at least 17 out of these 22 years. Every time he gets out of jail, he would go right back to jail. His nickname is Taboo. This brother, he just couldn't get right, man. You know what I mean?
I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and I never knew my mother or father. You know, I was raised in an institution, and I used to rap, and I met Douglas Brown, who at that time was called Dougie, and me and his brother, we had a rap group, and we came up here and we did a rap show, and we didn't get paid enough. And I remember we robbed somebody, and that's what propelled her. I was like, dag, it's sweet up here, never knowing that God was intervening through that whole process, because I came up here, I became a drug dealer, and then I became an addict. And I detest drug dealers all my life. I was robbing drug dealers because I felt like I was Robin Hood. Like I was robbing drug dealers because I detest drug dealers. And I became what I detest, you know. So I became a hypocrite. And I think that's why I also became an addict. I have an ism where I sabotage myself. I didn't want to, when I maxed out this time, I didn't want to come back to Uniontown. You know, I've been shot 4 times. I still have a bullet in my stomach. And I was afraid to come back here because I always seem to fall.
I did 13 years in the penitentiary. I walked off 7. You know, I came out, they were gonna send me back upstate if I tried to stay here, so I had to go all the way to Texas just to walk off my tail. But my reputation preceded me, which is what I'm trying to do now. I want my reputation today to precede me, because today it's about Christ. Back then it was about the streets, you know, and I get overwhelmed because it's unbelievable that I'm in a position to be able to give back. You know, I feel like I destroyed Uniontown. I was just running rampant, didn't care, addicted to drugs. Stayed up for 2 weeks at a time, and I gave myself till 21. I turned 50 2 days ago. So that's how many years God He's more than doubled what I gave myself at this point. And it's to God to be the glory, because I know I'm incapable of walking the walk that I'm doing today without Him.
I was like 20 days from getting maxing out, and Dougie was like, look, man, there's something different. There's a different movement going on. There's a group called No Man Left Behind, and you need to come visit them.
This time when he got out of prison, we picked him up at the bus stop. And we literally brought him straight to the class, because we had class that night that he got out. And for the first time in his life, he's 49 years old right now. And for the first time in his adult life, he has not been high. He has not gone back to prison in a whole year. And that's like uncharted territory for him. When I see this guy, man, it's like, it encourages me, because you would have to know him to understand what I'm saying. This guy was like one of the roughest of the rough when it comes to not knowing how to couldn't do right.
Since I've been a member of No Man Left Behind, I learned how to be a productive member of society. This is the first time I have my license. This is the first time I have an apartment. I'm paying my bills. I'm not leeching off somebody. And me and my daughter, we're not getting along, but if I stay doing what I'm supposed to do, my daughter be by my side, and she's 25, and I neglected her almost her whole life. So I believe in God.
Today he has a driver's license for the first time in his life at 49 years old, owns his own car. He just got a job last week. He never owned a job. So when I look at stuff like that, that inspires me. If this guy can be helped, that means that God can work with anybody.
We help families that are in need. We help people that are in need, whether it be clothing, whether it be if their house was a victim of a fire, we help replace some of their stuff, or children maybe that are hungry or need clothes. As a group, very unselfishly, our goal is to help those people.
Every Tuesday from 6 to 7 o'clock at St. George's Maronite Church at 6 Lebanon Avenue, Uniontown, Pennsylvania.